Outside the walls, an icy wind howls without a moment's rest. Its cry cuts through the dense layers of animal hides and earth like an unseen beast growling over the world. Beyond lies a vast, merciless wilderness of ice and rock where every breath burns your lungs and the cold chills you to the bone. Here in Alaska, among the rocky islands and piercing gales, everything is different, even intimacy. This is how the Aleut people live, a people who don't know comfort as we do, a people who know how to accept and how to let go, a people for whom every day is about survival, not convenience. It's for this very reason that the native people of these harsh lands developed a completely unique approach to relationships, closeness, and social structure. In their world where the elements are a constant threat and every day is a test of endurance, the concepts we take for granted, romance, ownership, jealousy, simply lose their meaning. They aren't looking for sweet nothings. They're looking for steady hands that can pull a boat from a storm, shoulders that can withstand the frost, and a body that can keep you warm through the night. There's no room for shame or taboos around the body. Intimacy is seen as a part of daily life, as natural as hunting or preparing food. No forbidden acts, no secret affairs, no moralizing. What our world considers private and hidden is here, open and understood. No one hides, no one judges the body's natural needs. This isn't because the Aleut are primitive, it's because their philosophy is rooted in absolute honesty in the face of nature. Masks and social graces are luxuries they can't afford. In the world of the Aleut, intimacy isn't just about pleasure or procreation. It's a critical tool for survival. In the frozen climate of Alaska, where the wind cuts to the bone and the cold waits behind every rock, physical contact becomes a vital way to stay warm. Sleeping close, sharing body heat, it's not a romantic gesture, but a pragmatic way to conserve energy and survive. This closeness is an instinct dictated by the harshness of the wild. In this world, survival isn't the goal, it's the constant condition. Their life is an endless adaptation to the vast expanse of the Pacific Ocean, to the furious storms, to the tiny scraps of land jutting out of the water like a dragon's teeth. Here, food isn't a guarantee, but a gift, earned through incredible effort. As a result, relationships between people take on a different, brutally pragmatic and honest meaning. In this system, a woman always has the right to choose. She decides if a man will be with her for the night, if he brought food, if he's exhausted and needs warmth. Her initiative is respected without question or judgment. This is her power, her independence. If a man returns from the sea with a bountiful catch, it isn't just food. It's a sign of his strength, his reliability. A woman might invite such a man into her home not because she is transactional, but because it is a direct, honest expression of gratitude for the life he provides. The men are the hunters. Their lives belong to the sea, endless and deadly. They leave for days, even weeks at a time, alone, out of contact, with no room for error. Their return with a catch, a walrus, a seal, or fish is a celebration. It is life itself. Their strength, skill, and fearlessness are the foundation of the entire community's existence. A failed hunt isn't just a disappointment. It's a threat of starvation and cold. A man is valued first and foremost for his ability to provide, to stand against the elements, and to come home with a prize. Their unions aren't sealed with words, but tested by deeds. Who is willing to share the last piece of fish and the last bit of warmth? Who is ready to take on a piece of the collective burden? A relationship isn't a merging of souls, but a joining of forces. Two strengths capable of surviving where one would fail. In this world, you look for a resilient partner who is capable of action. And that is a far more honest way to live. An Elliot woman is not merely a keeper of the hearth, she is the anchor. She butchers the catch, preserves the supply, curing, drying, and salting it. She sews waterproof clothing from animal hides that saves men from death in the freezing waters. She maintains the warmth in their earthen dwellings, the barabaras. While a man fights the sea, the woman fights the cold and the clock, ensuring survival on the shore. The isolation of the islands and the harsh, subsistence-based lifestyle create a unique social structure. The idea of a closed-off couple as we know it doesn't really exist. The community lives as a single circle where everything is shared: labor, joy, and hardship. If a man brings in a great catch, he shares it with everyone. If someone is in need, they are helped. This deep interdependence runs through every part of life, including the most personal. Because in a world where you can't survive alone, only collective strength guarantees a future. A woman had the right to choose another, more reliable and useful partner. This choice wasn't based on emotion, but on pragmatic criteria for survival. Who could bring in a catch, protect her, keep her warm, and help the community? Women might exchange partners, sometimes with approval or by mutual consent, if it strengthens social bonds and the overall well-being of the tribe. It was in this unique environment that one of the most striking traditions took root: physical contact as a part of hospitality. You might ask, but what about jealousy, envy, judgment? In this world, those concepts as we know them don't exist. Jealousy is seen as a weakness, an unaffordable luxury in the fight to stay alive. What's valued here isn't possession, but mutual benefit and the honesty of the moment. For a man to offer his partner to a friend or guest was seen as the ultimate sign of trust, a symbol of a deep, unbreakable bond. It was a gesture that affirmed the tribe's unity, showing there was no room for suspicion. If a guest arrived with a good catch, if he proved himself to be worthy, strong, and generous, he became more than just a temporary visitor. He was a potential candidate for the night. This was no random affair. The woman judges him by his actions, by his contribution to the common good. And if she deems him worthy, the warmth of her barabara and her body are open to him. It's a direct consequence of a practical mindset. He who brings value is worthy of sharing warmth. There were no traditions of vows or wedding promises. What good are words when every day is a battle? The most important thing is to be useful, right here and right now, to be dependable. Here, you either share your warmth or you freeze alone. Promises are empty sounds when a storm is knocking at the door. At the heart of Aleut life is the Barabara, a semi-underground home dug into a hillside with a roof made of whalebone and hides. The entrance is often a long tunnel designed to trap precious heat. It's not a house in our sense of the word. It's a womb, a sanctuary, a symbol of their untamable spirit. Inside, in the dim light of fat-burning lamps, there are no private rooms. Everything is communal. Here, you can hear the whisper of the waves outside and smell the smoke of curing fish and fur. This is where men mend their harpoons, women process hides, and guests are welcomed as part of the family, no questions asked. It's here, in this shared space, that every aspect of their lives unfolds, including the most personal. Physical contact is part of their shared existence, a natural extension of the collective struggle for life. Here they sleep, work, eat, laugh, and warm each other without separating these acts into daily chores and intimate moments. Perhaps the Alayut world seems shocking. They don't look for beauty, they look for strength. They don't value eloquence, they value the ability to row through a storm. Their love isn't a firework of emotion, but a slow-burning coal that gives life in the heart of a frozen wilderness. It's a raw choice, rooted in the instinct to survive. There's no room for false illusions or impossible expectations. There is only the purity of the moment and the crystal clarity of need. Perhaps true intimacy doesn't need words or grand rituals. It's born from trust, from a shared struggle, from the ability to share the most precious things you have, your warmth and your life. In the harshest of conditions, people can build relationships based on deep respect, mutual aid, and an astonishing, disarming honesty. They aren't looking for ideals. They are simply living, simply breathing, simply giving warmth to survive. And in that lies their greatest wisdom.